Transit is the second album from Autolux, released a couple months back, with much anticipation here at KCRW, but good things are indeed worth the wait, and they join us live in studio this morning. Autolux, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good, hello. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Appreciate coming through this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So you are opening tonight for Broken Bells at the Wiltern. We're going to have tickets, actually, for that show a little bit later following your session this morning. I love the record, by the way, just throwing that out there.
Thanks, Jason.
And actually on Monday, Trent Reznor was here, and he was totally raving about you guys as well. He was here to talk about The Social Network, which he scored, but he's a big fan, too.
Yeah. We paid him to say that.
You paid him to say that?
It was pretty expensive.
No, Trent's been really great. He's been really supportive.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Very cool guy. Very, very interesting interview. But anyway, that's another thing. So Autolux, let's get into your first set of music, and we'll take a break and talk a bit. Live on KCRW Autolux as morning becomes eclectic.
Set you
dry in a high chair spinning up. Let the sunlight strangle you. No more thoughts from moving mountains. No more passing out in banks. Bashing heads while trying to whisper. Comatose from dead end creeps. It's just about time to give up on you. Unless the morning finds you dry in a high chair spinning up. Let the sunlight strangle you. Raise your glass up to the wall. Put your ear to what you've lost. Let the silence strangle you.
And though you thought you won the race, waking up was such a waste. A perfect day with the Frigidaire's charm. A pretty picture twisted gone, blinded by my imagination. But everything's much bigger now. stolen face. The copycats are all in place. It's all over now. It's all over now. It's all over now for you.
Autolux live on KCRW. Sounds great. So how's everybody doing this morning?
Good. Thanks. Is it morning still?
It is morning, and it's a rainy one.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming through. Big show tonight, opening for Broken Bells. That should be fun.
Yeah, are you gonna come?
My dance card is full. But I would love to, but I'm not sure I could. Maybe. Is that an invitation?
Yeah, if you want to come.
Sweet.
I'm sure we can put you on the list.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've already hit on a couple of my favorites from the album, Transit, but I also love Census and I love Spots. I think you're going to play Spots, actually.
Yeah, that one's coming.
Yeah, maybe.
Some of the ingredients I think that have made this record so compelling for me. There's this brooding atmosphere. Check. Kind of a Beatle-esque song styling. Check. Sonic Youth, Thurston Moore kind of guitar feel. I don't know if that sounds right at all, but I just hear it. And also just excellent drums. So I'm sold.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things that make the record outstanding for me. But I'm a sucker for atmosphere, and I think you guys really capture it on the record. Is that something that you think about and work on as you write and record? Just kind of when you get together, do you try and create some sense of atmosphere?
I think that's the second nature part. I
Yeah,
think that just comes naturally.
It just comes. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, we focus a lot on the atmosphere and the mood, and just I think generally when we're writing songs, we're sort of chasing an emotional sensibility that that we all have, more so than actually just writing a song. It sort of starts with the mood and some sort of unique emotion. And then we build a song around that.
Very good. You can feel that. I think you can definitely feel that. So I think I first came upon you guys working with James Lavelle on Uncle. I kind of missed the first record, but then I found out about you through Uncle. That was a while back. That was well. Are you featured on the latest record? Yes, you are. But when did you first kind of connect with James and the Uncle project?
He actually came to the Hollywood Bowl show that we were opening for 9 Inch Nails and Queens of the Stone Age. And he was at that show. And he came up to us after that show and introduced himself and said he was a fan. And then after that, he asked us to guest on his record.
Now, audience number 2, I heard well before this album came out in August. I would say a year and a half before the record came out.
That's right.
So it seems like this has been a long, strange trip in terms of getting Transit released. Is that true? I mean, had the record been done for quite some time?
No. We were in a weird place.
Yeah, it was definitely a fragmented process that had different stages to it, and in terms the actual creative writing of the record was bookended by dealing with the business side of things. At the outset, getting out of our record deal that we had with Columbia, and then once the record was done, finding a good place to put it out.
That really must have tested your constitution and patience as a band. I'm just assuming, but a real challenge.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. But we're not there anymore, so.
Yeah, so let's
feeling
not
good about
dwell on
that.
it.
All right,
Don't ever
a
mention
bright new day. All right.
Well, it's
And-
actually the
Yeah, go ahead.
perfect day to talk about that right now.
Why is that?
I don't know, it's just raining, pouring.
It is, yeah. Were you writing songs throughout that time, kind of in the creation of this record?
We were sleeping.
No, there were a lot of songs.
Carlo was asleep at the trigger.
A lot of false starts and a lot of ideas that just we ended up not liking the direction of, and that was sort of at the beginning of the creative process. And really right around the time that we released audience number 2, that was when we actually began the push to really put the record together and finish it.
Yeah, I love that song. So I know we're a little short on time because we got a late start, so I want to make sure you get in your second set. And I see on the playlist that you do have Spots, great song here. Any particular story on the writing or the lyric on spots?
Well, that was a song that just sort of quickly came to me one night, and I never thought it would ever work in the context of Autolux. It was just sort of I really love Neil Young, and I love the way he's able to get away with doing kind of nostalgic ballads that most people, when they try to do something like that, it's sort of awful and cringeworthy. So I think I was sort of trying to do that, but
That's your Every Man Needs a Maid.
yeah, well, exactly.
That's basically our version of that song.
Yeah, but it came from sort of being influenced by that. And Bowie's done some ballad stuff early on that sort of had that sort of mood, and even Dylan has some stuff where he gets away with that.
You mentioned that it came to you quickly one night. Is that typically how song ideas come to you?
The good ones.
There's always aspects of a song that comes quickly. The sort of the initial spark that has all the potential and you're excited about, and then it's all downhill from there.
Well,
Jason, your voice sounds like the voice of God in my headphones. It actually sounds just as big and resonant as it does on the radio. It's weird. It's fun.
we actually are on the radio, right? right
No,
now.
I know, but
should-
just
you
in my
should
Thought we
get
were
headphones,
into
practicing.
radio.
I had no idea.
in actual headphones, it's
Well, I'm glad. That's good. That's good. All right. So Autolux are live in studio. We do have tickets for the show tonight at the Wiltern. They open for Broken Bells. We also have autographed copies of Transit, the album, which is excellent. So stick around for your shot at CDs and tickets, and let's enjoy their second set. Autolux live on Morning Becomes Eclectic.
They put you down when you feel weak. They burnt your house down too. You said a lot, but you can't speak. The sounds of glue cut you. Put up your dukes, defend it. And she became so gone.
That was weird. Sorry about that first chorus.
Do you have these hooked in?